It'll email it to you.
Heather's like eye rolling so hard over there.
I'm actually laughing. I'm laughing.
Okay, good. Okay, we're recording. Okay, welcome to Team Call. If you were live for this one, I'm just going to repeat, anybody can be a coach. So tonight I will be going over volume, placement, and maximizing your team cycle bonus. So we're going to give this a go again. I'm going to screen share. Okay, are we good? Can you see my screen? Okay. All right. Hang on, let me move you guys. All right. Okay. And I really have to move you all the way because I can't read. And that went backwards. Anybody can be a coach. Okay. There we go. All right. So I first want to start and talk about the benefits of achieving Emerald early in your business, because that's crucial. It's not just something that we talk about because it helps build a business. You are really setting yourself up for long-term success. So one, you open up a second source of income, the team cycle bonus. So not only are you earning income from commissions from sales and bonuses from signing up coaches, now you are actually earning an income based off of the volume below you. And we're going to talk about that. So you also start accruing carryover volume on your strong leg once you become Emerald. This is not talked about enough, and it is something that seriously benefits my business, especially being a slow building coach. And if you have the benefit of having other coaches place coaches below you. So once you are an Emerald, think of it like this. You are inserted into this waterfall. And our team is a waterfall, and it is flowing down from April through everybody. And once you're Emerald, you're plugged into that waterfall. And now all of those coaches being placed by everyone on our team before you that you are underneath is now going underneath you. So they are supplying your strong leg from the get-go once you turn Emerald. Once you hit Emerald. So I went Emerald in December of 2014. It was my first month ever hitting Success Club. And as of this month, as of today, I have 884 volume points sitting in my strong leg bank account. I understand that that is not the case for everybody, but I hit Emerald, and 5.5 years later, look at what has accumulated, because I've never gone inactive. So we'll also talk about that. Okay. If you are signing up your spouse to hit Emerald, that means that you can start building up your spouse's volume and clientele from the beginning, which will help you, your cycle bonuses for years to come. Okay. And again, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer at the end. Freakishly, I suck at technology, but I'm good with this stuff. So there are a couple different techniques, the different ways that we can talk about getting to Emerald. Simple, 2 coaches, 1 on each leg. There is the far and wide technique of building your business. And that is just you keep your coaches on the outside legs, as far and wide from each other as possible. So you're always going down bottom right, down bottom left, outside person, always on the outside. This is the far and wide technique, okay? And this is actually interesting. I didn't even know this until I was like doing this stuff for this call. So chances are there are other coaches on here that don't know this either. So I always go in my graphical genealogy, which is the same way here, my business to, it's Coach Online Office to my business. And instead of preferred placement, it's graphical genealogy. And that's where you can actually go in and see and put your person exactly where you want them. But this preferred placement, if you choose weak outside leg, it's going to default to put that coach on whatever leg has less volume. So it will always cycle for you. So once you're Emerald and you have 1 on each, and you can have alternating, and it doesn't matter as much, this is nice. This is nice for new coaches, or this is nice for coaches who don't have a particularly strong leg. If you're not good at constantly going in your back office and looking, which leg has more volume? Where do I need the coaches? So as you're just starting off, this is a great way to do it, to make sure that it will keep alternating and will keep you cycling to maximize your team cycle bonus. Another one. So your first personally sponsored coach goes on your weak leg. Your second personally sponsored coach goes on your strong leg. You become Emerald, you open up that second source of income. Here's the thing. There are benefits to having your spouse on your weak leg. There are also benefits to having your spouse on a strong leg if you have a really strong leg. Because here I am, I got Mark to diamond on my weak leg, and I have all these coaches on my weak leg, but I don't want to put any on my strong leg because you saw it's hella strong. So I'm hesitant to put coaches over there, but now I need diamonds over there for 2-star. And if you had your spouse over there on a strong leg, you could control that hit to 2-star and then put your second business center on your weak leg, and you would still have what we're going to talk about. So there are benefits either way. You may not know if you're on a really strong leg. You can ask your coach. At the time, I was not on a super strong leg because April had only signed up 6 months ago, but I signed up as a discount coach. So into the mini waterfall I went, because even though I wasn't an active Emerald earning that carryover volume, everyone on this team in April's weak leg is placed underneath me. So all of that volume is in my strong leg. So there are benefits to signing up as a discount coach even before you're ready. You get a better placement in that waterfall. Okay, so you're not necessarily doing, and now even with success starters is 6 months, you have 3 months to get them a great transformation and to turn them into a working coach so they don't miss that opportunity. So just some food for thought, okay? So April has her spouse on her strong leg, and now she's maximizing that because Maddie is now on a strong leg and he's got a lot of volume there. So it still has potential to work for you either way, but it's nice to know the options. So whatever you want to do, I do have a huge benefit with my volume of having my spouse on my weak leg, and we'll talk about that. So the third, fourth, and fifth coach go on your weak leg, making 4 on your weak leg because you want to build up your weak leg volume first. Makes sense. Then coaches 6, 7, 8 go on your strong leg. Now you have enough coaches to get to diamond once you get your emeralds. I took this from someone and I actually changed it to 9 and 10. You need to secure that diamond a little bit. So they had 9 and 10 and everybody else on their weak leg. I think you need an extra one on there. So the first 10 coaches you get should be even 5 and 5, whatever way you use to get there. And then 11 and beyond can go on your weak leg to build volume, to increase your team cycle bonus. And this is great for coaches with a super strong leg or a lot of carryover volume. You always want to place coaches on your outside legs, no matter where they are in your downline, no matter how far down they are in your downline. The inside legs are dead legs, meaning there is no waterfall. There is no waterfall. You have cut off the water and food supply for this coach. The only exception that I have found is my spouse. I build the inside of Mark's leg, but I keep building it. So I am building a waterfall for those coaches because let's say I am me and Jim is Mark. So I will build Mark out here. This is his strong leg, my weak leg. He's on my weak leg. This is his strong leg. So I'm going to build his strong leg, but I'm also going to build his weak leg because I want him to cycle because anywhere they go here, they're still on my weak leg. And we'll get a little bit more into this, okay? But the only exception to an inside leg is a spouse, and only if you continue to build there Don't ever just be like, oh, so I'm going down here, bottom, Jane. Yeah, I put this last person here. I'll put this person here. This C, you've now cut them off. People can and have built their businesses on a dead leg, but why not give them the team, the waterfall that you can supply them with, okay? So, few things. Placement adjustments. If you place a coach in the wrong spot in your downline, you have 3 days to change that. I always get these reversed. I'm like, I know one is 3 and one is 5, so maybe they'll work for you. So your downline, they're already under you, simple, shorter, 3 days. If they got placed under an old coach or maybe a spouse, it happens less with the share carts, but sometimes old accounts will still register under old coaches. So if they show up under a different coach, they have 5 days to switch. That's it. After those 5 days, you got to wait 6 months. So it is so important to check your graphical genealogy or your sponsorship drill down the day your new coach signs up so that you can make any changes if needed. Carryover volume. This is where we get into your bank account. So once you're emerald, you start accruing that carryover volume on your strong leg. Even if you drop rank, that carryover volume will stay in your bank account until you're ready to cycle. You only accrue volume when you're active. If you are inactive, that goes away. Guys, if I miss a Shakeology order, that 100,000 volume points goes away. Like, gone. Catastrophic. So it's important to know these things. You can drop rank. It's not encouraged. It happens. It's okay. You still are building that volume. You're still getting all those people below you, but if you're inactive, it wipes out. Also, I don't know if anybody's close, but after 5,000 cycles, it will reset. But even if mine resets, it would build back up because there's so much there. So, and that's a long way away. All right, so if you go inactive, it wipes out your account clean. This is why it's so important to remain active once you have achieved the rank of emerald, even if you drop rank. And so when I talk later about different things to be active for your rank, when I say here, I mean 50 PV. You must maintain 50 PV no matter what your rank is to keep this carryover volume in your account, okay? If you are lucky enough to have carryover volume, you can really maximize your team cycle bonus by placing your spouse on your weak leg, maximizing all the volume that does not produce Success Club points in your spouse's account. So anything that doesn't give me Success Club points goes through Mark. That is all the BOD memberships. That is all the products that we purchase. All goes through Mark. I keep my Shakeology on myself because I need at least 100 PV. We'll talk about that. But also I'm on track for like 5-year 365er and I just really like free stuff. So I don't change my Shakeology order ever. If I want anything extra, we have a surplus on Shakeology, like when I ordered 7 boxes of pumpkin spice, I forgo Mark's Shakeology order. Mine always stays the same so that I never risk going inactive, so that I never risk holding my rank, okay? Yep, good. Okay, what earns you Success Club points? This is important to know for Success Club, but also where you're gonna put that volume, where are you gonna put those purchases? So 2 Success Club points, Shakeology HD, Performance Stack HD, 3 boxes of beach bars HD, any and all challenge packs. 1 Success Club point, any order that is over 100 PV HD. All of the HD orders, they must be HD. If somebody orders Shakeology and it's not HD, no Success Club points, sorry. So if they order Recharge, Energize, and Beach Bars, that's 1 Success Club point because that would be over 100. I do believe it's 100. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So that's good to know. So anything here that does not equal that is going through Mark. I'm sending that share cart through Mark to build his volume because it doesn't really matter where the commission goes, but if I build up enough of it down there, I cycle. So maximizing team bonuses. If it doesn't earn you, exactly what we said. If it doesn't earn you Success Club points, put it under your spouse. If you don't have a spouse or a significant other, well, then you hustle your hiney to 2-star and you put your 2-star, you put your second business center on your weak leg, and now everything goes through your second business center. Emerald is where you start this, where you open up this second source of income. 2-star is where you really maximize it and where your business will take leaps and bounds, especially financially, because what does everybody want in this business? A coach just like yourself on your weak leg. Ta-da! That's literally what 2-star is, okay? So get there. So this includes all BOD memberships because BOD memberships can't be on HD. So whatever volume they are is never going to give you Success Club points unless they're attached to a challenge pack. So all BOD memberships, all free trials, all nutrition plans. If it's a 3-day cleanse just by itself, going under Mark, all of it under Mark, always. If you want to know how much PV or TV a product has, like where you should be putting it, you or your spouse, anything like that, you can look in the app BB Links. It actually has retail price, coach price, it has personal volume, and it has team volume because they are different. Team volume is much closer to what you get paid for a commission versus what the price is. And TV is what applies to your cycle bonuses. So that's really what we're talking about here. The pinball method. Okay, so I started doing this really strong, really hardcore, and then I flipped Mark's legs. And that happens sometimes. So I would think about, can you guys see me on here with the PowerPoint? Okay, so you think about your legs here, right? And Mark is on my, directions are hard, left leg. Mark is on my left leg. So at first, I was just building Mark's right leg with my coaches and his coaches. So if he got a coach, they went on that. If I got a coach, they went all the way down under Mark because now we're both hitting that volume, right? So the pinball method was I went down to Mark, and then instead of just going bottom left, I would go to Mark and I would keep scrolling down the bottom right. I would keep going down that arrow to the bottom right. You have to do this in the graphical genealogy. So I would go down to Mark and I would go all the way down his weak leg and choose the furthest outside person there. And so that's a pinball because I'm going off my weak leg and his weak leg. So I'm getting both of our weak leg with one person. As an emerald, he cycles $14. As a diamond, I cycle $18. That's $32 just for accurate placement of this person. If he was also at his diamond rank, that would be $36 on top of the commission and the bonus just for proper placement of this person. So it adds up. It's important to know where you're putting people and not under just you. If you have a spouse account or a significant account on either of your legs that you're placing people under, you want to make sure that you are maximizing both of your potential when you're signing coaches. If I have already hit my Success Club for the month, my Success Club goals for the month, all non-coach challenge pack orders go through Mark because that is just personal volume for me. It doesn't actually help me cycle because they're not going anywhere in my downline. They're just sales. Does that make sense? So if Success Club is not a goal for you, you have to figure out what your goals are. I have goals. I need to hit Success Club in my business. I like my trips. I like the legend perks. I like all that. And it's been like 50 something months and I'm not willing to give it up. So that's a goal for me. After I hit Success Club, then I will, and sometimes that's when I debate on April, or even I'll be like, oh, should I put this person like under Mark under me, or should I actually put this person under Mark? And so sometimes it's hard to give up the Success Club points for where the coach really should go. And so that's when I feel like I find myself going to my upline and going to April and saying like, justify this for me. This is right. This is the smart decision to do, instead of thinking like, oh, I want that recognition. Oh, I want the Success Club points, because I like that stuff too. And so it does require a little bit of thinking and knowing your goals and knowing how you can maximize this, even just on like, let's say you put coaches under you, you put challengers under your spouse, like if that aligns with your goals, right? Because a challenge pack is 45 TV, that's it. But if I have 3 challenge packs under me, that's just commission. Whereas if I have those 3 challenge packs, I think they're 55 actually. If I have 2 challenge packs under Mark, it's an extra $18. It adds up, especially because that coach is going to order something every month. And my discount coaches don't just order Shakeology because I love all the things. So they love all the things. So I haven't actually sold anything in 2 weeks. And it's the first day of our cycle and I'm already sitting at 4 cycles, because that's just volume in my weak leg that has generated from coaches and things like that. So I like to be candid and share with you guys things like that. All right, so Mark's legs switch back and forth. So I'm constantly checking. This is where that weak outside leg option would be nice, but it only applies for my personally sponsored coaches in my downline. So it will just go weak leg, strong leg. It will not go my weak leg, Mark's weak leg, strong leg. Does that make sense? So that if your legs flip-flop, this is a good thing to use, this weak outside leg. If you're trying to place your people under your spouse and yourself, and your spouse's legs flip-flop, that won't work for you. You're actually going to have to go in there. I look at my placement, I go in, I look at Mark's volume, and then I go in and I place my people. I know it sounds like a lot, but I promise once you get the hang of it, it's really not that hard. But it's just really good to know this stuff in the beginning, like, so you can build your business smart and you can build it this way and maximize all of this that's going on in your business. And here's a tip: when you're trying to figure out where your coaches should place people, like I had to double check this with April and I was pretty sure I was right, and I was. Whatever leg you are on of your whatever leg your coach is on, that will be their strong leg. I'm on April's right leg. My right leg is my strong leg. It's continuing that waterfall. Okay? So whatever leg you're on will be your strong leg. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you're trying to help your coach where to place people, if they're on your left leg, you know their left leg is their strong leg. So now you can help them without seeing their volume. Okay. All right, so the difference between PV, TV, real quick, just to touch on it, personal volume, that's determined by your individual purchases and the purchases of your customers. So when we're talking about PV, we're also talking about recurring orders. So if somebody orders a recurring Shago order from last month, that's still 90 PV, right? Even though it wasn't a new sale, new order. So that continues to add up. So when you see PV of like 760 in 1 week, that doesn't mean that I sold $700 worth of product in 1 week. That means I had recurring orders. That means I had new signups, things like that. TV is always a much smaller amount. And this is determined by the sales of your coaches, downlines, your coaches and their customers. So TV is, so when a challenge pack is $140 and it is, oh crikey, hang on, let me pull up BB Links. I think it's the same name for Apple, Android, I believe. So a challenge pack is at $140. We'll go with the basic this month because they're on sale. Is 105 PV, but it is only 35 TV. So a basic customer, not a coach, under myself is going to be 105 PV. Doesn't help me cycle. I just get the $40 commission. If I put that same customer under Mark, oh, and then every month after that, I will get the $30, okay? If I put that same customer under Mark and I forego my Success Club points, he is going to make that same $40, and that 35 TV is now sitting in my weak leg. And so let's say that's a third of a cycle. So that's $6. It's an extra $6. But then next month, when they order their Shakeology and their Hydrate, it's going to be over 100. And now Mark has over 100 PV and I cycle. So the income is still going to remain coming in, but I'm going to cycle off of that volume. I hope this is making sense. Okay, active status and qualification periods. Qualification periods, they're a pain in the bum, but you got to do them. So you need to know what you need to know. The worst thing in the world is to screw up something like that when you worked that hard. So Emerald, you need 50 PV. All of your emeralds need 50 PV. That's it. That's a recover, or that's a hydrate and an energize. Simple, right? Does daily sunshine, whatevs. Ruby, 75 PV. It bumps up, still covered by your Shakeology. Diamond is 100 PV, which is more than your Shakeology. So you either need to be selling more or buying more than just your Shakeology, and that's every week in qualification. Star Diamond, need 200 PV every week. So if you are pushing for Star Diamond and your husband is the Diamond, that's a total of 300 PV every week for 6 weeks. That's why I bought my Ultimate Reset Duo kit. I bought it in qualification because 1 week I needed 200 and it's a big purchase. So you have to pay attention to that. And again, to clarify here on the bottom, anything under 50 PV is where you will clear that bank account. So you may lose your qualification if you're not holding these numbers, but you won't lose that carryover volume. And then this is one of my favorites. And if you don't know about this, you're missing out. So I tend to be the queen of discount coaches, and I'm okay with that because I've got a ton of volume under me and my husband in my downline now because coaches create volume. But I love this, and I'm always keeping track. So you can go into your business, personally sponsored coaches, and it will show you all of your recent signups and the date they signed up. Because if you sign up 5 coaches within 5 weeks via challenge pack, you get an extra $100. It's called the Fast Start Plus bonus. The Fast Start bonus is your bonus from signing up a coach. The Fast Start Plus bonus is literally free money for growing your business and your volume. So if you're signing coaches, like if you sign 3 coaches and then you're going to sign another one and you want to give it to your spouse, well, that's where it gets tough. Like, do you want to put the next 2 under you and get the bonus, or do you want to go for the volume? So sometimes I'm like really frugal. I'm really like, how can I maximize my business, my volume, my team cycle bonuses? So I'm very big on trying to make sure that I'm putting people in the right places. Also, because you can't change them once you do. So this stuff kind of geeks me out. And that's all I have. So I'm going to stop sharing and see if we have any questions. Was that helpful? Is everybody more confused, or like, that was good? Good.
Yeah, I think that was really good. And new coaches too, if you do have any questions about anything she said, please ask them now. There is no stupid question. We want to help you. So what is there anything that she talked about that you weren't sure on, that you were confused on, that you need more clarification on? Now is the time. Also, if you do, feel free to interrupt me. But I did the math of your carryover volume.
I'm just looking at that.
Yeah. So if you guys want to know how I did that. So I took her carryover volume. Her carryover volume is from her strong leg. So in order to cycle, you need 200 volume points on your strong leg, 100 volume points from your weak leg, and that is one cycle. So what I did with that number is I divided it by 200 because that is obviously her strong leg. And that gave me 4,800 something. I times it by 18 because that's how many times she would cycle, and she's a diamond coach. So diamond coaches get $18 per cycle. Rubies get 16, emeralds get 14. So we took it times 18. That is $88,000. If she would build her weak leg up to that, she has $88,000 sitting there in her bank that she's working hard on to cash in. So that's really cool and really motivating to be like, okay, I'm in charge of my weak leg. My upline may or may not be, helping out that strong leg, but I am in charge of my weak leg. So that's why you look for rock star coaches working the business. That's why you talk about the business to be able to grow that weak leg volume. One other thing I wanted to address was that I was really skeptical. I was really skeptical to place people on my strong leg because I had no idea what I was doing with volume. I put Matt on my strong leg, and then I built him to 2-star diamond all on my strong leg. And so I needed another coach in order to be 5-star over there, but I didn't want to put anybody over there. So because volume. So what I was doing is I put Heather on my strong leg, sponsored by me, but graphically under Matt's weak leg. So that killed me because I was like, am I shooting somebody in the foot, putting somebody on a weak leg that wants to work the business of on Matt's weak leg? But I did end up putting his second business center over there. I put a couple other coaches over there who work their business. And that has not like hindered Heather from her success. You see, she's our top cycle bonus earner, every week. So because I put her over there on the weak leg of Matt, he now cycles almost as much as me between Heather and her team. And I've got a couple other coaches over there too. So that scary thing that I almost didn't do has absolutely changed my income. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Instagram. So, also too, to just know that sometimes you don't want to put over there anybody over there, but if you place them graphically at a place that's going to really benefit you, you never know what's going to happen. Okay. So Kayla has a question for you.
The success club under your spouse. The only reason why I said that is because if you're a high success club earner, and if you already hit 10, then there's not a huge benefit to you going beyond 10. You've earned $100 that month for your success club trip. You've locked in your success club that month to its max. And at that point, you can just capitalize on that volume under your spouse. So if you're sitting at Success Club 2 and you're pushing for Success Club 6 and you have customers coming to you, don't put them under your spouse. That's not going to help you get to your goals. But if you hit 6 or 10 and that was your goal and you want to put, let's say you hit 6 and you have, now I don't want to say you have 2 coaches signing up because you can never rely on that. You always have people who are ready to go and it doesn't always happen. And we've all been burned that way before, FYI. But, if I have 10 people I'm talking to, then I can give a person to Mark and bank on me helping 2 or 3 of those 10 people. Jesus wants all the things, all the good things, guys. Excuse me. So yes, your goals first. And then if you have anything extra, you can put it under a spouse. But coaches can benefit you both. Coaches can benefit you both because coaches carry volume in that waterfall. So wherever you put them, they can benefit the spouse and yourself. But customers are only a one, like they can only help with volume if they're further down in your downline or they're just commission for yourself. So sorry if I didn't explain that the best. Success Club trips, they're amazing. Who doesn't like free trips? Honest to goodness, I remember my first year as a coach, that's all I wanted. I didn't really care about the income. I didn't care about Success Club All-Star Legend, whatever. I was like, I looked at the FAQ. I've never looked at an FAQ in my life. I looked at that FAQ and I was like, I need 10 coaches. I need this many Success Club points, because at that point, that's what it was different. So I knew what I needed and it was clear as day. And I think I had locked in that free trip by my birthday at like September or earlier. And I was just on cloud 9 because nobody had ever given me a trip before. Like we had our passports from our honeymoon and our only goal was to use them again before they expired in 10 years. And if it wasn't for this business, that wouldn't have happened. So Success Club trips now, if you earn Success Club 5 every month, you will get an invite to the Success Club trip. Chances are, if you hit Success Club 5 every other month, you still might get an invite to the trip. For every Success Club point that you earn, it is $5. When you hit Success Club, that doubles to 10. So Success Club 5 every month is $50 to pay for your room. Success Club 10 is $100 a month to pay for your room. Success Club 10 all year is $1,200. That is the price of the room wherever we go. So also, if you hit Success Club, like on the cruise, you get extra cruise dollars. Like it paid for my drinks and Mark's booze last time we went. I was like, well, that doesn't suck. So even as a recovered alcoholic, I enjoy free booze. So free booze for everybody. But not only that, I get preferred, I get early access to choosing things for being a Success Club legend. And honestly, guys, like, yes, Elite is cool, but I get a good portion of the stuff elitists get just by being Success Club legend. So for me, it's something that I'm not willing to give up. That is always going to be my goal, is at least Success Club 6 in my business. And Success Starter, heck yes. Free ticket to Summit and a test group. Like I would have killed for that. I probably actually would have if you give me the opportunity. Like I love free stuff and I would have definitely made that happen. So Success Club 3 out of the first 6 months as a coach, and you earn a free ticket to Summit, which was amazing, changed my life. I cried every day. I got a high five from Sean T in the middle of an insanity max there, like right as I was ready to max out. And I was like, total fangirl. Saw Shalene across the street, like all the things. And just the energy and the vibe, it was everything that I never knew I needed. If you haven't been to an event, I know the world is crazy right now, but when we start seeing each other again, make sure you get there in September, come hang out with us. I have goosebumps. It changes everything. My sobriety date is a Super Saturday date. I was so inspired by the event that I was at that day. It was my third one. Second one changed my business. The third one changed my life. It's my sobriety date. I mean it when I say, like, it is worth getting your butt there, and it will be my birthday. So come kick off 38 with me in North Carolina. Keep your shirt on or take your mask off, whatever. Okay. Oh, just imagine me before. Don't be.
Oh, I love you. Don't forget to stop the recording, girlfriend. That was so
that's
good.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
You told me that earlier.
No, you're fine. This is good
There we
info.